You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
Kicking off your 11 minutes of nonstop news with a look at your forecast.
Chesley, a cool start to our morning.
It is a cool start to the morning, and we do have a few clouds on the outside, but nothing really coming out of those clouds. It appeared as though we had some precipitation, but just really evaporating before it reaches the ground. We're left with the clouds, though, and those clouds will break up. We'll get some sunshine in as we head into the afternoon. Good afternoon to maybe fix that bike. I know you've been thinking about it. It's going to be pleasant for us. Temperatures start off, of course, in the 40s, but we'll heat up to around 66 for an afternoon high. Winds will remain light as well. They were kind of breezy over the weekend. Looking at northwest winds today, about 9 miles per hour or less. So it'll make that 66 feel a little bit more like 66 instead of feeling like the low 60s or even the 50s out there. So grab your jacket, at least for the start. By this afternoon, you may just unbutton it or unzip it. Back to you guys.
Well, it's an important message for teens and young adults about stopping the violence.
So important, in fact, that they're covering a lot of ground, going door to door with their message. Christy Diaz is joining us now with more on a group who spent a lot of time focusing on a number of neighborhoods this weekend.
They are doing their part, Cheryl and Aisha. A group of black men's organizations dedicated to doing good in the community combined forces this weekend to spread the message to stop the violence. Both days this weekend, they were out in the community walking through neighborhoods along the Campbellton Road corridor and the Vine City and West End communities, going door to door to send a message to young people that they love them too much to let them get into a life of crime. They handed out resources for another way of life. And they said this message has the power to change the lives and actions of young people across Atlanta. Now, at one point this weekend, they specifically targeted an apartment complex where a young man was shot and killed recently. Atlanta police have been begging the community to get involved, do what they can to help reduce this rise in crime we're seeing. And I think things like this is exactly what they were talking about. Guys, back to you.
A solution in motion, one conversation at a time. Christy, thank you. Nearly a half dozen people are facing charges this morning following a shooting in southeast Atlanta. Atlanta police say shots were fired on Belfort Road near I-75, that's south of the perimeter. Officers say nobody was shot. One officer was hurt when they tripped walking the suspects back to the car. Police have not shared any other details yet about why this group fired the shots.
A driver is facing charges after a high-speed chase ends in a crash. Authorities say the driver took off going north on the 75-85 connector, and at times the BMW was clocked going more than 100 miles an hour. The chase finally ended on Spring Street, just north of Linden Avenue. Police arrested the driver there. Governor Kemp could sign the Unmask Georgia Students Act as soon as today. That bill is now on the governor's desk after passing the Georgia House on Friday. It gives parents the choice to exempt their public school students if there is a mask mandate in place. Today, several mental health advocates are planning to hold a rally at the state capitol in support of House Bill 1013. It's the Mental Health Act. The bill, which was backed by House Speaker David Ralston, sailed through the House, but now it's stalling out in the Senate. It would provide $127 million for mental health funding. All right, more relief we're seeing at the gas pump. Drivers are now paying a state average of $3.95 per gallon. We've seen it lower in some spots. According to AAA, it's 19 cents less than a week ago. Don't get too comfortable, though. If oil prices continue to rise, those gas prices could shoot back up. Family and friends are mourning the loss of a Metro Atlanta woman who police say was shot and killed by her ex-boyfriend. Fairburn police found 30-year-old Tiante Jones dead Saturday night after she was reported missing earlier that week. Brittany Kleinpeter joining us outside the Fairburn Police headquarters with more. Brittany.
Police here at headquarters are still trying to put together the pieces of what exactly happened to TK, but they know that she was found on Saturday and that they ultimately confronted her ex-boyfriend on Sunday. But hours before that, hours after that on Sunday, friends and family gathered to remember TK by raising balloons into the skies. Those that knew her say she was truly passionate about Fairburn, and the loss of her life is very devastating. Again, Fairburn police found TK on Saturday. She was first reported missing on Thursday, and they say her ex-boyfriend ultimately took his own life in his attic on Sunday. Back to you guys.
All right, we are thinking of those families in that community. Brittany, thank you. Your time right now is 6:56.
Here's a look at what you need to know before you head out the door. Ukraine's president says his country could declare neutrality to Russia to secure peace without delay in new talks due to start today. President Zelensky added that only a face-to-face meeting with the Russian president could end a war that is now in its second month.
The Biden administration is expected to unveil a new minimum income tax for billionaires today. The billionaire minimum income tax would require households with more than $100 million to pay a rate of at least 20% on their full income.
The Martin Luther King Jr. National Historic Park will be back open starting today. This includes the King Center, historic Ebenezer Baptist Church, and Dr. King's birth home. The sites will be open weekdays from 9 to 5.
The Academy Awards has responded overnight to the drama everyone is waking up to. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock on stage after he made a joke about his wife. The Academy saying it does not condone violence. Smith apologized during his Oscar acceptance speech, saying love makes you do crazy things.
Everyone talking about that one. All right, we're looking at by lunchtime today. Temperatures will be in the upper 50s. We'll have mostly sunny skies out there. Those northwest winds, about 7 miles per hour. We'll get up to about 10 miles per hour or less this afternoon. 66 pleasant degrees for your afternoon high. By the time you're driving home, we'll be looking at 63 degrees under fair skies, given those northwest winds about 7 miles per hour. So not a bad day. Some changes coming our way, though, as we head further into the week. Rain by Thursday.
All right, well, at least our forecast is going to start off pretty nice for Monday.
You saw that sunshine in his pictures there. I rest on that.
All right. Yeah. He's washed his hands with it. I guess that's the end of the show.
That's right. Today's show is coming up next. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow morning. Have a great day.